This is Movie Time. Leslie Mitchell reporting. When some 73,000 rugby league fans come south to Wembley, we can be sure they've got good reason. So it was when they packed in to see whether Workington or Featherstone Rovers were destined to win the Challenge Cup competition this year. Mr. Anthony Eden, the Foreign Secretary, strictly neutral on this occasion, I imagine, was there to meet the teams. Then Eric Batten and Gus Risman, the veteran captains, met for the toss-up. Workington, wearing white shorts, kicked off, and the match that proved to be full of drama got going. The first sensation came within seconds. Featherston were penalised. Workington's skipper took the kick, and his team were 2 up. This looked like an unfortunate beginning for the Giant Killers, but it takes more than that to upset a rugby league team. It was soon obvious that the match was going to prove a real tussle with no quarter asked or given on either side. After 15 minutes play, Workington started a nice passing movement. The ball went to John Lawrenson, who flashed off on a solo run. He was held near the line, but from a play the ball, he kicked ahead and scored. Gus Risman improved the try, and Workington led by 7 points to 0. The men from the town were clearly on top of their form, and although the Rovers' tackling was first class, Workington thoroughly deserved their early lead. It pointed the way to victory, and victory was what they meant to achieve. It was, however, anything but a walkover at this stage, and Featherston fought back fiercely. Presently, Featherston were awarded their first penalty, and their renowned Fred Miller took the kick, but just failed. Nevertheless, Rovers' first score was a penalty kicked by Miller. 2-7. Workington were going strong all the time, but presently Featherston scored again from yet another penalty kicked by Fred Miller. 4-7. Featherston still going all out to draw level, but Workington still in front. Half-time gave spectators as well as players a breathing space, and I should think they certainly needed it, for one thrill had followed another all through the match, and so it was to be in the second period. In this long-length picture of the great encounter, specially produced for this theatre, Movietone cameras are focused on every highlight. From the kick-off, Featherston were resolved to get on terms. They were certainly up against a very tough proposition, but they did in fact succeed in drawing level not very long after the resumption. Their success was due to some very hard work by their captain, Eric Batten. Wriggling out of tackles, he struggled on with unbeatable determination and finally forced his way over for a fine try. This wasn't converted, but now with the score equal at 7 points, the scene was set for an even more violent clash if that were possible. From now on, it was nearly all Workington. William Iverson was in great form, and it was due to one of his fine pieces of work that John Mudge went away like greased lightning to score a try rather far out. So Workington had a 3-point lead again, for Mudge's try was not improved. 3 points, however, are not enough, and the men from the town had every intention of going further ahead. One of the most spectacular efforts of the day was John Lawrenson's brilliant interception. Away he went on a 70-yard run that outstripped all the Rovers in hot pursuit. He touched down neatly between the posts. The kick that followed was child's play for Gus Risman. 15-7. Workington were right on top now, and it was obviously only a question of time before they'd increase their already healthy lead. Workington's last try came when Tony Paskin sent George Wilson away for an unconverted corner try. 18-7, and the cup virtually in the bag. Featherston refused to give up the struggle. That's not the way in a rugby league match. But though there were giants on the field today, they were not destined to kill them. near the end when Ray Evans went away for Featherston. Many thought he grounded the ball before crossing the line, but the try was allowed. Anyway, it was a handsome and well-deserved victory for the town after a very fine match. As Mr. Eden handed over the trophy, Gus Risman must have been a very happy man, for he'd redeemed his promise to bring the cup home. One word of advice to the team, however, do be careful of that cup. Workington may well want it again next year, and it does seem a bit fragile.